Ladies and gentlemen, if the 4-year cycle plays out perfectly and correctly, these are the targets that Bitcoin very well could meet in a regular market environment. The price target and also the date target. Now, the jury is still out on whether the 4-year cycle will play out perfectly. I don't want to mistake you. I'm not making predictions today. I don't think I have enough evidence that the 4-year cycle is going to play out perfectly to make those predictions, right? For all we know, the deviations we've seen this year and last year, ever since ETF so far, could continue and spiral into a break of the cycle. But I'm merely talking from a hypothetical perspective here, right? There is a chance, a considerable chance that Bitcoin reconnects to the 4-year cycle. We know we've broken it, right? We haven't broken it, but we deviated from it, I should say. We had a trend where we had 1,100 days from all-time high to a break of that all-time high. That happened on two separate occurrences. There's many other trends in there as well. This time it took 850 to break all-time highs. We broke all-time highs before the halving. There's many points of deviation. We went upwards very, very quickly, mainly due to ETFs. There's another thing, for example, on the monthly chart. If we go to the monthly chart, we can see very clearly that there actually is a level on the monthly chart at 67. Historically, right, if we look at this cycle right here, since breaking 67 on the monthly chart RSI, it took us around 420 days to top. In the next cycle, it took us around 360 days to top, which is 60 days less. And in the following cycle, again, it took us 60 days less than that, which was 320 days, roughly, if I measured it correctly. And right now, we've completely broken that trend entirely. So, I mean, the point is we've deviated from some of the micro trends, which perhaps have given the 4-year cycle some clarity and depth in the past, but the actual cycle itself, the overall 4-year cycle structure, the structure that pertains to, multiple, I think we've got 6 listed, as you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, 6 listed micro trends from date range to date range that have all remained valid. They are still in play, right? So although the trends that have been kind of secondary to the 4-year cycle, like, we're always going to hold the bull market support band until this point, or we're always going to hold this level until this point. Although those indicators have been broken, the actual foundations of the 4-year cycle itself, which is the date range trends, are still remaining. And so the 4-year cycle is not out the window by any means. In fact, it's still actually in play. But the fact that we've seen some of those preliminary deviations does add an element of doubt as to whether it will play out perfectly, which is why I'm not going to sit here and say I'm confidently making price predictions, because I'm not confident at all. All I'm doing is looking at a scenario, and the scenario is the trend remains. And if the trend remains, what will the prices be? What will the top be? Where will it be? That's what we're looking at today. So there is actually a utility in that, because you can actually plan from scenario to scenario. You can have a bullish scenario, you can plan based on the bullish scenario, and you can have a bearish scenario, you can plan based on the bearish scenario. So now that I've done that lengthy kind of disclaimer, because it is a disclaimer that needs to be done, because if I don't do that, people think I'm predicting certain targets, and it's just not the case. It's an observational video. Now that I've done that disclaimer, I can tell you what the actual target is. It's 130,000 US dollars in October 2025, or around that price region and around that date region, right? So let's get into it. But before we do so, check out the Bitfinex and BingX exchanges. The Bitfinex exchange will give you 5,500 USDT in rewards for signing up with my referral link, and BingX will do 4,000. There's a chance to win those rewards, but there is a guarantee to get at least a 15% trading fee discount on these exchanges for life on every single buy and sell you make. You can literally save thousands of dollars in fees over the course of a long term with that discount, and you can use my link down below to get it, right? So sign up with my referral link down below, get those bonuses and discounts, and also get on good exchanges, right? They're global non-KYC. That's a big issue nowadays. Heaps of exchanges going KYC. Both of these are non-KYC. They've never been hacked before, so safety's in check, and they're very low in trading fees to begin with. Not to mention my bonuses and discounts with my link down below. So sign up there. Guys, thanks for watching that one. Let's get into the content itself. So we've kind of gone over that disclaimer, and now we can actually get into the nitty gritty, right? Why am I saying that if the 4-year cycle plays out perfectly, we will see the October 2025 top with a 130K price target? So we'll start out with the date range trend. The 4-year cycle is a date range trend, which was triggered by the first halving in 2012. It's very well known. If you haven't heard about the 4-year cycle, you're either very new to crypto or you haven't paid close attention to TA in general, because this is the basis of all price action that we have ever seen on Bitcoin. I'm not joking. I mean that literally, right? If we were to go down here on Bitcoin and enter a bear market, it wouldn't be a normal bear market, because normal bear markets are bear markets we see within the 4-year cycle that top out after normal bull markets. So the only way we can see a normal, right, by definition, bear market would be if we saw a normal bull market. So us topping out here and people claiming, oh, we're in a bear market, we're going into a bear market, you need to clarify what you mean by bear market, because it would be something that we've never seen before on Bitcoin. It would be a completely new variation of bear market. It could last 3 months, it could last 2 months, it could last 3 years, right? We wouldn't know what it would last. The only reason we have any guidance as to what a bear market generally is, the only reason that bear markets always go down 80% or somewhere near there, or they last 12 months or whatever it is, it's because of the 4-year cycle, right? It's because we have these date range trends which have established, which are fundamentally either connected to or the 4-year cycle itself, which give Bitcoin a pathway and a structure to move within, right? So this structure is a date range structure. It's not a price range structure. So we can't really too strongly predict. We can vaguely, but not really too strongly predict price points based on 4-year cycle. It's a date range trend. So we have 6 micro trends on the left-hand side of the screen. You'll see them. Days from top to top, days from bottom to bottom, days from top to bottom, days from bottom to top, days from bottom to halving, days from halving to top. They're all color-coded, and the date range measurements you see on the screen are matching to the color of the writing. So you can pause the video and see very clearly how strong this date range trend is. And as you can see, if we extend the date range trend, we can see very clearly that we are looking at an October 2025 top. I mean, that's just an objective truth. Everyone who charts the 4-year cycle correctly will come to that. It's not up for debate, right? If the 4-year cycle plays out this time, which is up for debate, right? But if it plays out this time, it will top on October 2025. That part is not up for debate, right? So the 4-year cycle predicts an October 2025 top. Obviously, there's room for error there, right? Let's say between September and November, but let's just say October for the sake of the video, okay? So October 2025 is the date range top. What about the price? Well, here's a method which I am pretty happy to use for a price prediction, okay? And that's because just like the 4-year cycle, it has so far never failed. This is an angle-based chart, and we're going to use something else in a second. I've got other methods for predicting prices, but this is, in my opinion, something that's very, very important. It's an angle-based chart, and as you can see, it's on the logarithmic chart. It's kind of like a logarithmic regression band, and you'll look at the angles here. So, for example, take the top line. We've got 28 degrees going from the top here to the top here. We've got 14 degrees from the following tops, and then we've got 7 degrees. Notice these numbers. What are they? Okay, 14 is half of 28. Now look at the bottom. 32, 16, 8, right? 16 is half of 32, all right? 8 is half of 16, and 7 is half of 14. So what this is an angle-based chart on the logarithmic chart, and the angle of trajectory is halving from cycle to cycle, right? Whether it be from the top to top or whether it be from the bottom to bottom. So if we just go ahead and extrapolate this trend forward, because it is actually a trend, we can see, and it actually does go further back, by the way, it goes back to this cycle right here. We can see that, if we extrapolate it forward, 7-degree angle on the top, 8-degree angle on the bottom, we can see that if we plug in the date range prediction, which was October 2025 as per regular 4-year cycle, and we just see where this top channel is, which is where we should top out, we can see that would be at 130,000, roughly 130,000 US dollars in October 2025, meaning that in October 2025, we would see $130,000 top. Now, we've also done, obviously, we can't just rely on this alone, although what I'm saying here is that if we see a regular cycle, right, that's the kind of keynote to all of this, a regular cycle. A regular cycle meaning we top out as per the 4-year cycle and we don't do anything unusual. So that means this channel doesn't break, right? We could theoretically see a 4-year cycle in which this channel breaks and we lose the ability to mark the top at 130K based on this channel and we go higher. But if that occurs, we can't predict anything because it would be uncharted territory, right? So if we remain in charted territory, it's going to be 130K at October 2025, and this is validated further by some predictions and some formulas I've used in the past. For example, I used a formula right here to predict the pre-halving peak would be at 63k. In fact, we were at 63k at the halving itself. So that turned out correct, and a further extrapolation of that very formula in two separate scenarios brings you to formula number 1, which brings you to a prediction of a $103,000 top, and formula number 2, which brings you to a prediction of a $155,000 top, and the middle number, the number in between those numbers, is pretty close to 130k, which is validated from this chart right here. Another thing about this chart that's very important is that unlike all the other, literally all of them, all of the other top prediction methods for the price cycle, this chart actually did predict the top to be on the actual top of November 2021, right? Nothing else did that. So price cycle, everything, CBBI, price cycle, power law, all these things, they all, and even the RSI wasn't accurate. They all said the top would be in April 2021. Okay, when we hit April 2021, all of those indicators said this is the top. The only thing that was saying the top was actually later in the year was the 4-year cycle itself, which turned out to be correct, by the way, and this chart right here, which marked the top in the 4-year cycle date range trend parameter, which was November 2021, right? So basically, what I'm saying to you is this: if we see a regular cycle in terms of date and price with no deviation from the historical norm, we will see a top in October 2025 at $130,000. Now, that's not guaranteed at all, because obviously we could deviate from the historical norm, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought it was worth kind of making a video about, just so you know, and just so you have another scenario in your head, and as we track along and as the price develops, we can keep an eye on this. And if we do reach the top of this channel, you can start to be cautious there. And if we do break it, cool, you can buy back or you can be more aggressive, because then the trend's actually been deviated from. But it's very much worth knowing these scenarios and having them in the back of your mind so that you can react to things when they occur based on these scenarios, right? If we start to get really, really bearish, right? If we start to see exhaustion in the price towards October 2025 and it's right up there at the top of the channel, it turns out it's very likely that we will reject there and actually top normally. That's why these scenarios are useful. So guys, thank you for watching. Sorry if it was a bit scattered around today. I didn't really have much time. I don't have much time in general to do more takes. I don't have much time to pause the video, go back, re-speak. I just don't have time today. I'm just freestyling this one, but I hope you found it useful regardless. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Check out the VIP group on Telegram. We trade altcoins 4 times a week. We have a group chat with 120 other VIP members, which is quite useful, right? We've been posting in there quite a lot, and we've been having some very interesting discussions in there over the last couple of weeks as the market's been very intense, and we've continued to do so. So if you want to get into that VIP group, you can get the trading plans as well as the VIP group chat all in one for that price on the screen there, and you can see the link down in the description below to get access to that. We've also got the Crypto Academy's Become a Trader 10-unit course teaching you how to trade, so you can learn to trade for yourself. You can learn to chart for yourself. You don't have to rely on anyone to do the charting for you, which is really what you want to be doing. And it's on sale right now as well, by the way. We had a VIP sale last week. Now we've got the Crypto Academy on sale, so check it out if you're interested. The website link is down below. And then finally, again, just mentioning one more time, the BitUnix and BingX exchanges, all the discounts and bonuses available as mentioned at the start of the video. $5,000 rewards on BitUnix, $4,000 on BingX, 15% trading fee discounts, non-KYC exchanges. You can't go wrong. My links are down below. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next video.